right, hello wine drinking people. Today is Saturday, September 4th. Finishing out another great week here at the Wine Watch. Not one event. Kind of relaxing for me, actually, not to have to go out and work after I get off of work. But next week, we got 3 events. 2 of them looks like going to be sellouts. We had just a few seats left for the Vega Sicilia tasting. And then Friday night, the Brida Bricco d'Uccelone tasting sold out at Cello Restaurant in Boca Raton. We do have a waiting list. If somebody passes away or something happens to one of the group, maybe you could get in there. And then we got plenty of room, believe it or not, for our German and Austrian tasting at Cafe Max on Wednesday. So check it out. The following week, I think we have 5 events. So I'm definitely paying back for my week off here the next 2 weeks coming up. All right, well, what have I got to sell you today? Today, I've got 2 rosé champagnes. And the word on the street is prices on champagne are coming down. Shipments down 50% to the United States of America, the #1 market in the world over the last year or so. So what does that mean? Well, the supply's down, therefore, the demand is down, therefore they haven't had to lower the price because the supply has been lowered, thus artificially keeping the price up. I think they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to make a move here in the next couple months coming into the Christmas season, and I think this is one of the first of our signs here. Pommery Rosé, this wine's normally $70 a bottle retail. We have it for under $50. The Bruno Paillard, this wine also around $70 a bottle. This one is under $60. 50 and change on this offer. And if you've been watching my show, you know I love rosé champagnes. And champagne is a sparkling wine, of course. And the most important thing about sparkling wine is the method of production. And the method champenoise is used all over the world to make the world's best, highest quality sparkling wines. And of course, these wines are from Champagne, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to look at that. And you can find nice little wines for about $10 that are method champenoise. A lot of these are from Spain. They're called Cava there. But hey, we're here to talk about Champagne and Pommery and Bruno Paillard. Well, first up, the Bruno Paillard. Since this wine's a little lighter in style, very elegant, a wine of finesse, and lovely light raspberry fruit to the nose on this, almost like Jolly Rancher candy, and then just a little bit of minerality there, a little bit of vanilla, and then on the palate, very creamy, very elegant, very long, wonderful acidity, very complex, and elegance is one thing when you think of Bruno Paillard, and length. A very long finish on all of his wines. This rosé was absolutely fantastic. My favorite of the 2. I tried them out last night. We went down to Gotham Steak down at the Fontainebleau, and you'll hear all about that in the What I Drank Yesterday portion of the show. Pommery, being the second house we have here, a little bigger in style, a little richer, a little darker in color even, more kind of red cherry, raspberry, or strawberry fruit to this wine, and a little bit more of a bitter kind of note to the finish here. Not bitter, but I mean, it's got sweetness, it's balanced, but not as elegant and not as much finesse as the Bruno Paillard wine. Bruno Paillard is a rather new house. Bruno Paillard's family goes back several generations in the Champagne area. They were brokers, and he started this house in, in 1950. Well, he was born in 1953. He started the house in 1990. Well, that's when he built the winery. But it's 1984 is when he started. It's one of the newest houses in Champagne. This is an area where you don't see a lot of new properties creeping up. It's very expensive to make Champagne. You have to keep back a reserve cash of 3 years worth of product. So it's 4 or 5 years before you release your first bottle if you want to get in the champagne business. Not many people have that kind of cash. Bruno Paillard actually sold his car to get started buying grapes, and now he's one of the great success stories of Champagne. Pommery, a very old house, one of the most famous women in the wine industry, in the champagne industry. There's been many famous women throughout history in Champagne. The Cuvée Louise is named after the madam here at Pommery. And this wine, this firm has been through a few changes over the last couple years. It was bought by LMVH in the 80s, and they kept the vineyard, sold off the brand to Vranken, and they're the current owners. Some people were worried that this house would not maintain its consistency because it did not have the vineyards anymore, but Pommery still a very consistent, like I said, a little bigger style than this Bruno Paillard. But hey, that's why we got 2 different wines on this offer, folks. They're 2 different styles of rosé from Champagne. All right, well, that's what I've got to sell you today. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasone, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.